Welcome to 2024 July, you Aquarian sun, moon, and rising people. I am one of you. Wow, we have some breakthrough change regarding our domestic private home life, including where we live, coming through the sky in July. Some upgrades to our financial situation as well. Watch for a bit of tension. It hits a really screeching, difficult time with a significant love partner, if you have one as well. We're going to break all of this down in detail for how this plays out in July, but this is mostly a positive month. And for the most part, it brings very good things to each of us. So let's talk first about me. I'm Lori Lothian. I'm using Western Tropical Zodiac Astrology, whole sign houses, and I use a lot of fixed stars and minor asteroids in my chart readings for the world and for private clients. If you like that kind of stuff, don't forget, I put out 30 videos sometimes a month. They're always all signs, including weekly forecasts. So give me a try, hit the like button and subscribe. We are using traditional astrology tools and techniques. First of all, a couple of quick orders of business. My Sky Reader, Time Your Best Life, Be Your Own Astrologer course is beginning in September. If you want to be in that class and you want to get in, it may be the fifth and last time I'm teaching it. You need to get on the wait list for that so you can early bird enroll, and I will cap the number of people eventually. So you want to get into that class, please get on the wait list. In the description box below is the wait list. Number two, earrings. I'm wearing these really cool earrings. I've been sharing them in each of my videos. If you guys love handcrafted, one-of-a-kind artisan jewelry by an award-winning jeweler. This is I think that's porcelain, fabric, copper and metal. She uses multimedia and her stuff is gorgeous. And indeed, it has won some awards. And her link to her website is in my description box below. So I'm staying with her. Her name is Milena. I'm in her place in Portugal right now as I record for you on June the 19th. This will be going to Patreon today, and you guys will get it on YouTube land on June the 23rd. So let's go ahead, Aquarius, and make a simple reminder statement for every Aquarian. Saturn is the lord of your sign, and he's happening, not Uranus, that's not traditional astrology. And he is moving through your second house of money. And he's been here since last March. Money, possessions, earnings, savings, financial wellness. And he's, what you possess your money, right? And he's been here now ever since last March and continues to travel here until February of 26. So if you're listening, by the way, for your Aquarian sun, it can be very career and purpose oriented. Your Aquarian moon, home and body, but your Aquarian rising is everything about the character of you and the avatar nature of reality. You're the avatar in a simulation called the Aquarian avatar. So Saturn is still here, right? He'll be going retrograde at the end of June. I'll have a whole video coming out on that. But he's basically giving you a sense of realism, structure, and discipline around your savings and finances. And for example, I incorporated under Saturn's influence through my second house because I needed to be more realistic about my money structures instead of a personal income tax bracket. But for all of us, don't be afraid of Saturn in your second house. He's an ally for Aquarians. Sometimes money can be tight, or we can have fear about money when he's here. But ultimately, he's here to serve the Aquarian impulse. He is our ally, and he will pick up our financial security and take it seriously and improve it by the time we get to 2026, and he's completed his job of securing financial stability and long-range financial stability for Aquarians. So keep that in mind. Now, this is a month in which there's a big breakthrough change, which is the name of all of these videos in terms of the thumbnails, because of Mars-Uranus co-joining together in Taurus. And, Mars has been in Taurus conjunctions with Uranus only 3 times. This is the last time in our lifetimes for most of us, unless you're living to like 90 or something. And 90 from starting from now kind of thing. And that's because Mars is moving through the sign of Taurus, where Uranus has been since 2018 and has collided like he did in the 1930s with Uranus here. Mars-Uranus was the Dust Bowl, by the way, one of the things that happened with that in the 30s. So we look at this and we go, what happened in 2020 January, and what happened August 1st of 2022, and the 2 years that followed each of those dates, because this is a new reset of a synodic cycle that brings radical change, unexpected developments, and shocking surprises connected to home, property, land, and real estate. Now, I'll give you me as an example, because even though this is happening July the 15th, this breakthrough, sudden, unexpected change regarding home. Even though it's happening on July the 15th, it doesn't mean it's happening on July the 15th. You know, yeah, sure, a week two or two before and after, things can happen to do with your home that surprise you, that are change oriented, sudden, but it's also a cycle that unfolds over 2 years. So, for example, when this jolted me in January of 2020, it was by August of 22 that I had unexpectedly been ousted from my apartment in Montreal. Well, I ousted myself and decided to move back to Vancouver for tax reasons. Then in August of 2022, I had a secure apartment rental in Vancouver from a friend who didn't live in it anymore. It was her pied a terre. And suddenly, I kid you not, like within like 2 weeks of the Mars-Uranus conjunction on August 1st, my friend from Europe, she's traveling Europe, she was called me and she said, I can't travel Europe. I need to come home. I'm having nervous breakdown. I need my place back, basically. I was suddenly within 2 weeks to 3 weeks of that homeless. Like, so it doesn't always feel good. I'm going to give you that much, but it's the change that you need, because the place I have now, I love, and I love where I live. I love my landlord and my pen pal relationship with her in Switzerland. But I could see it being something like an email saying she's decided to sell the property. I honestly can. So unexpected, radical, and shocking change regarding my home is coming. What's going on with you guys? All right. How's it been, Aquarius, having Uranus here since 2018 and the instability around home, property, land, and real estate? Now, there's other things it can mean, and we'll get to that as we go through the month bit by bit. Mars, the planet of change, is one of his keywords. All right. New directions, action, decisions, all that. Mars is moving through the sign of Taurus, and he's moving through the sign of Taurus all the way from June the 9th through to July the 21st. So keep in mind that Mars, the god of change, is in our fourth house. Sometimes it merely means travel away from home. Sometimes it means renovation or hammering or some kind of, activity like construction style around the home. And when Mars is here, if you're living with people, conflict and domestic fighting in the home. So be careful for that. Injuries and accidents in the home, like falling down, bumping yourself, on a doorway, injuring yourself in the home. So be careful for all of those possibilities. That started June the 9th and it continues all the way through until July 21st. I am indeed traveling mostly away from home during that time. So it's not likely to be about domestic abuse or fighting, but you never know. The next thing I'd like to say is that Mars will move forward into the sign of Gemini, which is your fifth house, where Jupiter's been now since June, early June of this year, and will be through to June 9th of next year. When Jupiter's here, lucky things happen. This is a money luck house, gaming, winning money. You're very lucky right now. You can win money. Jupiter's here for a year. You could get pregnant. Your children can get pregnant. Jupiter's here. You could expand your entrepreneurial and creative endeavors and business successfully. Jupiter's here. You might have new love and romance or an expansion in your existing love and romance with somebody else. And so those are all good Jupiter stories as he gives you more joy and inspiration in the fifth house. And he's here, but then Mars joins him on July 21st and will be with him through to September 5th. So just know that once at the end of this month, July 21st onward to September 5th, Mars is with Jupiter in your fifth house. Mars is competition. This is an athletic house. This is a win to lose, lose to win house. Mars-Jupiter combination, July 21st to September 5th, could indicate winning money in a competitive manner. This is a house of gambling, for example. So winning money, good money, fortune in a competitive manner is positive. If you're an athlete, then competing is good. If you're an athlete, then you may be winning on a winning streak in your competitions during that transit of July 21st to September the 5th. When are those Summer Olympics coming up next? Anyway, good for Aquarians if they're an Olympiad. Venus, the goddess of love and money and beauty and harmony and peace, the greater benefic, is in the sign of Cancer, and she got there on June the 16th. She does move through that very same sign until July the 11th, and she will be doing this journey through this part of your sky that represents your health and wellness and work and pets and tenancy agreements. Now, she beautifies, bonifies, and brings good things to your sixth house of all those matters, and it's definitely good for your health. So, through to July 11th, health matters improve. Pet situations are wonderful. It's a good time for a new pet. If you want to get one, you'll get a beautiful, happy, joyous, lucky pet. It's good for retail, debt elimination, and it's good for things to do with rental contracts for residential or commercial real estate, doesn't matter whether you're the landlord or the leasee. And it's good for job environments, liking your job, liking your work, having more fun with the colleagues and coworkers, finding the perfect employee, etc., getting a new job if you're looking for one. So Aquarians, that's a nice little window of time that began on June 16th and lasts until July the 10th, 11th, depends on your time zone. On July the 12th, Venus moves into your seventh house of committed love. If you're in a long-term committed love story already, this increases the beauty and the joy and the fun and the play and the pleasure in the union. It gives your significant other in that partnership some of their own luck, and they may be riding on a very lucky phase for them where good things are happening as well. And Venus is here July 12th to August 5th. When Venus is in the seventh house, you attract women in particular, and women can be very powerful allies for you. Mercury is a planet that tracks close to Venus. When the month starts, he's only got 3 days left, 2 to 3 days left in Cancer, where he would have been for a couple of weeks. That's Mercury negotiating deals and communicating around matters to do with health. I'll give an example for me because Mercury's there right now, and I'm back and forth with booking an appointment with a specialist doctor in Vancouver. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. And it's a bunch of emails and phone calls going back and forth. So a lot of negotiations, phone calls, emails, and text messages, perhaps to do with work situations. We're negotiating a new contract, health situations, pets, and rental situations, back and forth communications through until July 3rd. Then when we move to July 3rd to the 26th, Mercury moves into your marriage house, and that's your seventh house, or business partners, or audience and marketplace. If, like me, you provide content to the general public and the marketplace audience vibe is the seventh house, certainly having Mercury here allows for greater success of communication to those significant marketplaces. When Venus is with him, which is going to be true, co-present with Mercury in your seventh house between July 12th and 26th. Write that down. July 12th and 26th. That is an exceptional time to lob something into the marketplace. I mean, it could be anything, guys. And July 12th to the 26th, you could launch a product, a course. You could share something on social media that's going to do very, very well. But if it's none of that, then it's really good for that relationship vibe in your business and love partnerships, and where things are going very well for you and or your partner. And your partner may have some lucky breaks to deal with, contracts that are legal negotiations and matters to do with legal success, with Mercury and Venus co-joined together July 12th to August 5th in your seventh house. Well, sorry, July 12th to the 26th. They're both there in your seventh house. Mercury will tiptoe into Virgo on July 27th. And, he'll be there through to August 13th, but he goes into early Virgo, your eighth house of chunky money, taxes, accounting, shared money with a partner in business or love, taking possession of money in a chunk, okay, including from a government body. That Mercury goes in there July 27th and retrogrades back out to or into your seventh house of legal contracts and deals on August 13th. Something could go on where you change your mind or address something that you've done earlier to do with eighth house matters. Again, we'll iterate taxes, mortgages, refinances, investments, shared money with a partner, inheritance monies, that kind of stuff. Kind of dip into those qualities of what you need to figure out there on July 27th to August the 13th. Now let's go ahead and break down the two moons, the two lunations, new and full, and then we're going to go through a month by month, day by day iteration of what's ahead. So first of all, we have a new moon in Cancer on the 5th of July. Cancer is your fifth house, a fresh start in health matters, good for getting rid of addictions and self-undoing, really good for a new job start, really good for fresh starts to do with rental agreements and also pets and pet agreements. That new moon happens every year here. It gives you a 6-month window of time for fresh starts. We have a Capricorn full moon in a blue moon at that 29 Capricorn. Second full moon in Capricorn, we had one in June. This full moon, I think it was June 21st. This full moon on July the 21st is going, anyway, it was June the 21st. On July the 21st, this full Capricorn 29-degree moon is happening in your 12th house. It is good for spiritual illumination, addictions, bad and self-sabotaging habits and patterns to be eliminated, completed, and finished up. It is good for bringing some projects to fullness that involve foreign lands, foreign shores, and foreign revenue. So those are the narratives there for you. And, it's not just, oh, July 21st, it can unfold over the course of the 6 months afterwards. All right, what about the breakdown? What's going on this month? Grab your pen, maybe, because there's a lot of stuff happening, mostly all good. So the beginning starts strong on July 1st to 3rd as Venus is flowing in a lucky trine to Saturn. The Venus flow is from your sixth house of health and work matters to your second house of money and assets and possessions. Certainly, it looks good on you around the following themes: financial sweetness regarding work, debt, tenancies, rentals, pets, good health outcomes connected to food and food styles, positive developments regarding colleagues, coworkers, space stories, and money. This would be an ideal one, Saturn trine Venus, to find a new job if you're looking for one, or to get up level to a new level of financial success or authority in an existing workplace environment. And if you happen to be looking for rental opportunities as a tenant or to rent your property as a landlord, positive outcomes are occurring July 1st to the 3rd. Even to add to that, while Venus is flowing to Saturn, Mercury, also in your sixth house of work, tenancies, pets, and debts, is flowing to Neptune. And that's also in your money and resources second house. So this second house, sixth house axis is called an Artha axis. Like, it involves the 10th house of career as well, a trine. So this is kind of career, money, work, but potentially with Mars in your fourth house, with Uranus, home and rentals, and even changes of home that are moving in a flowing way that you're enjoying the vibe in the first 3 days of July. On July the 4th, Mars will sextile Saturn. Mars will be in Taurus as he is in the bottom of your sky for change around home. He hasn't hit that conjunction yet, right, to Uranus, but he's getting closer. But as he's moving in that direction of some surprise change, he's flowing to Saturn. Saturn is your earnings and money possessions house. Now, you could possess something new, a new sofa, a new car, a new property. You might have an increase in your money from something you're doing in and from or changing about your home. Travel away from home produces great financial results. This is July the 4th. July the 8th, we're going to see the energy here of Mercury flowing to lucky Jupiter. Jupiter in your fifth house of money, luck, and good fortune. Mercury, the god of games of chance, and the trickster in your seventh house of significant legal contractual agreements and deals. Also, Mercury on July the 8th in the sign of Leo could indicate emails, phone calls, or text messages coming through the sky from some significant other in your life that also have to do with children, fertility, pregnancy, or grandchildren. So keep your eye on the ball for those interesting positive developments. July 8th, give or take a day or two on either side. Already on July 8th, also Venus sextiles Uranus. Venus is the goddess of love and money. Happy love and money surprises, but connected to the sixth house. Pets, work, tenancies, rental agreements, job opportunities. That's Venus. Surprise! Uranus, home, close to home. Certainly when we talk about changes in rental agreements that are positive, that could be this, because of course we see the flow between the sixth house of rental agreements and serfdom, becoming a tenant holder of land, and also Mars in your fourth house with Uranus. So happy surprises with the Venus-Uranus energy, July the 8th. So all surprises aren't bad. What if my landlord says she wants me to stay for 10 years and sign a contract? I'd probably say sure, but we'll see. Health matters, surprisingly positive, good outcomes regarding health on July the 8th are possibilities, especially when it connects to matters to do with the home. Turns out there is no mold in your home, and you're so happy to find that out. So looking at July 8th, it looks very positive. Mercury is flowing to Jupiter. Venus is flowing to Uranus. This is very positive, happy, and lucky energy. On July 10th to the 12th, and your health matters can turn out well at this point as well. Guys, I'm getting a sore throat. I just had COVID. A lot of you know I had COVID here at the end of the El Camino. The whole El Camino trip was about me getting COVID, having like a near-death experience and coming out semi-enlightened in a like Jill Bolte Taylor stroke of insight. It's been rough, but it's been worth it. Okay, back to you guys. So I'm a little foggy, brain foggy, and a little scratchy in my throat. July 10th to the 12th, the sun will flow to Saturn in a trine, while Venus is flowing to Neptune in a trine. So let's break that down a bit. Both the sun and Venus are in Cancer. That's your sixth house. We talked about it over and over again, right? I don't want to say it every time. Write it down. Work, health, tendencies, rentals, pets, debts. And so we have both of those planets, the sun and Venus, in that house flowing to, in a nice, happy, easy conversation with Saturn and Neptune in your house of possessions. You possess many things: cars, homes, assets financially. This is good. Financial asset stabilization and dreams come true and sweetness. But for some of you, who knows? It could be many different things. Pets, you got your dream pet and it costs hardly any money. It could be some good news about your health when it gets to digestion or your face. It could be some positive, sweet developments regarding opportunities and work that lead to greater financial security and stability in your life. Now, keeping on forward, on July 12th, we have the one most difficult part of the sky. Look out for difficulty with a long-term business or love partner, because Venus opposite Pluto is a very big power struggle, and it may have to do with love and money issues with a significant other person. You have Pluto in the house of you. You are all powerful. You are the dominator here. Venus could be a difficult situation with a bad troll, a gnarly female client, but whatever this is, if you're in a long-term love relationship, it's challenging. Do not start dating someone new under this. You will bake in fatal attractions, obsessions, betrayals, and toxic love energies. This is a relational axis, the I thou, and there's some Venus thou opposing Pluto power you. You may have a big falling out with a female over something, or your marriage long-term type partnership person around July 12th, 13th, and 14th is going through some really big problems in their life. And you're drawing you into the vortex with them, because don't forget that Venus, who represents some other person, is also in a whole sign square to the Mars-Uranus chakroo in the fourth house. Just to bother my partner, James, who'll be listening to this at one point. James says, ringy ding ding, one ringy ding. Hey, Lori, I'm moving out of the house and I'll see you in the next lifetime. That would be kind of the shocky, surprising Venus opposite Pluto. I'll let you know what happens. But anyway, just duck July 12th to the 13th to the 14th, and long-term business, love, and significant relationship challenges. Then we move forward to July 14th and the 15th, where we're going to see the planet Mars conjunct Uranus in the fourth house of home, property, and real estate. I already gave my examples in the beginning. It may not show up right away in May. The one in August 1st of 22 showed up within a month, a sudden, shocking, surprising reason to change my home. But remember, it's a synodic cycle. The one in June of 2020 didn't reveal its true face to me for a year. In February of 2021, when I looked at the tax status problems I would have if I stayed in the highest tax province in my country, Quebec. So you will note that there will be disruptive change and sudden change, or exhilarating, exciting change regarding your home, property, and real estate matters, because of this last in a lifetime conjunction of Uranus and Mars on the 15th of July, give or take a week on either side. July the 16th to the 18th, the sun does what Venus did on July 8th. It flows to Uranus. The sun is going to flow to Uranus from your work and health matters house. Ideally, that could look like a golden pet or rental or tenancy opportunity, or a golden opportunity for a new job connected to the matters of your home and home environment. Then on July 16th to the 18th, on July the 19th to the 20th, Mars will flow to Neptune in a sextile. This is dream home money. Okay, home dream money, change home money dream, dreamy financial goodness connected to possessions in and from your home. Okay, that is again the 19th and 20th of July. Then we're going to move forward and go on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of July. Then Pluto forms a rare trine. Mars forms a rare trine to Pluto as Mars moves into the early degree, first degree of Gemini, the house of children, sexuality, romantic love, good fortune, creativity, the muse, entrepreneurship, money, luck, winning, gambling, speculative financial gain. We get Mars in the 5th house with lucky Jupiter holding presence there, flowing back to Pluto, which is all about success, by the way, Jupiter, Pluto, ambition, success, and power in the house of you. Some powerful, wealthy, powerful, successful turning point change regarding financial goodness, perhaps showing up for you. Yes, July 21st to the 23rd, but go longer. Go until Mars leaves that part of the sky for sure, which is September the 5th. Surprises can happen, not surprises. Mars in your 5th house can indicate change for your romantic partner or your child. It has to do with success and wealth as well. Not always about you, that 5th house, or a real power up of great excitement and change that brings luck and opportunity in your creative and entrepreneurial endeavors, if you have them. Finally, we're going to end the month with the energy of this. 24th to the 28th of July, Mars is tracking in an ongoing sextile to the Sun in Leo. Mars in your 5th house of money, luck, speculation, gambling, winning, good fortune, creativity, entrepreneurship, children, grandchildren, romance and sexuality. All right. So when Mars is in your 5th house, you get more sexually active and more competitive. Hang on. He'll be there till He'll be there till September the 5th. So keep that in mind. Like your sex life could get rip roaring hot. Okay. He's going to eventually form a sextile to Venus. It's going to be a rip roaring sex life. Okay. For you. If you want to get some sex life going, it's July 21st to September 5th. But that aside, as Mars is moving through this part of your sky, he keeps in lockstep with that Sun in the 7th house, which is really good for your children and legal matters, really good for your romantic love and committed partnership energies. It's sexy and it's committed. It's really good for signing legal documents connected to money, luck. Again, the dates are the 24th to the 29th of the month, but it'll last a little bit longer, just so you know. It'll kind of bleed through into the early part of August. Thank you for listening. I hope that's useful for you, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I am one of you. Don't forget to check out Patreon community. Today's June the 19th. They're getting this video today with no ads. And if you like that kind of never watch an ad-free, early access content just for you exclusively, come to my Patreon community. It's $5 a month. And for that cheapest tier, you get 1 Zoom meeting with me a month. It'll be 2 as of September. You're also going to be able to get 2 free courses, Chiron, the Key to Purpose, and Are You My Person Relationship Astrology Synastry course. So if that interests you, come aboard. And I give you those courses for free when you sign up. And if within a month you want to unsubscribe, no big deal. You get to keep those 2 free courses, replays of classes I've already taught, valued at $44 on the resale market. You get it, those self-study replays for a mere $5 of trying out Patreon, where me and 350 odd people connect on a more intimate level compared to here, which is almost 70,000 people or subscribers at least, and you and me. Okay. Thanks for listening. I will see you guys on the next videos coming out. If you're watching this before the end of June, a big one coming is my Saturn video about Saturn retrograde. I hope you watch that one. I put a lot of love, 2 hours of love into that one for all signs. Big hugs, everybody. Mwah.